One of the most heartwarming stories I've reported on in my career is about a dog from Oregon. His story is so unbelievable, he became a national sensation. And his amazing life and story is still remembered all these years later. In tonight's Jeff's Journal, the story of Bobbie the Wonder Dog that begins in Silverton, Oregon. In August 1923, the Brazier family loaded up their car for the 2,500-mile trip to Walcott. Bobbie came along, perched on the luggage, taking in the sights and smells as they traveled thousands of miles across country. But at a gas station in Walcott, Indiana, there was trouble.
And while they were there, getting ready to leave, apparently he ran off, was chased by some local dogs.
His desperate owners searched the town for days. Posters were put up, notices put in the newspaper, but Bobbie couldn't be found. Heartbroken, the Brazier family made the journey back home to Oregon. Bobbie was gone. Or was he? On a February day in 1924, 6 months after Bobbie disappeared, one of the Brazier daughters stepped out of the cafe and saw a miraculous sight coming down Main Street.
Wasn't moving very fast, all matted up, but once they got closer, they could determine, yes, it was Bobbie.
Against all odds, Bobbie had traveled more than 2,500 miles back home to Silverton, crossing the Rockies, the Great Continental Divide, the Cascades, all in the dead of winter, exhausted and battered from his incredible journey. Eyewitness accounts stored at the Oregon Historical Society document the emotional reunion.
We have a handwritten letter here from Bobbie's owners where he, in his own words, describes what happened. They fed him a sirloin, a big bowl of cream, and he didn't move for 3 days.
News of Bobbie's journey quickly spread from Silverton to across the country to around the world. He became known as Bobbie the Wonder Dog, and his story touched thousands of people. Within 3 months of Bobbie's journey home, he starred in the silent film, The Call of the West.
Bobbie plays himself. It was a tough assignment.
Like a true celebrity, Bobbie made appearances, including the Portland Home Show, where 40,000 people came to see him. He was presented with a fancy doghouse called Bobbie's Castle. Bobbie went on to sire a litter of pups, 15 boys, proving he was a wonder dog. In 1927, 3 years after his incredible journey, Bobbie died. Newspapers around the world noted his passing. Bobbie was buried with honors at the Oregon Humane Society Pet Cemetery in the doghouse he had been given the year before. Rin Tin Tin, the famous movie star dog of the era, traveled to Oregon to lay a wreath at Bobbie's grave. In Bobbie's hometown of Silverton, Bobbie's journey is remembered and cherished with a giant mural.
And kind of shows graphically through images throughout the whole wall here, Bobbie's trail and the story, reproduction of the Ripley's Believe It or Not panel.
You'll also find a replica of Bobbie's doghouse, along with a statue. The story of Bobbie the Wonder Dog reminds us, no matter the odds or hardships, when you feel abandoned and all alone, love and loyalty will always guide you back home. You see, Liz, why that's one of my favorite stories. I mean, it's amazing. So we'll never know how Bobbie navigated his way back home, but I like to think that his family's love and sense of loss was so strong, it kind of acted like a beacon.
I think so.
And that kept Bobbie on a steady path back home here to Oregon.
And it seems like Bobbie was smarter than the average dog.
Yes.
But also there was that just instinct that he must have had to his family to head back over here. I mean, what an incredible journey.
There were reports from farmers along the way that this dog came and stayed with us for a week and we fed him, but then he was bent on getting somewhere. And those letters are at the Oregon Historical Society as well.